There's a very big problem with the masculinity that is being taught to men, and that masculinity becomes an even bigger problem when it is taught to young impressionable men, since these are the men who make up the majority of the toxic masculinity claims, but who only take up a small percentage of all men. But brainless feminists project that small percentage of men onto all men, leaving us to the point we're at today, where any sort of masculinity, strength or competence is deemed as toxic. And there is an ongoing war on masculinity, but of course it doesn't need to stay that way, as you can spread the message to fellow men who may need to hear it. And so this is the problem with masculinity. Men who feel like they are owed the rewards of being a masculine man without having done any work to become that, and being like every other man. I imagine the problem man in this scenario being a huge Andrew Tate fan, and hearing that women should submit to and listen to the man, that men should lead, make decisions and be respected, and then completely ignore the hard work that it actually takes to get to that point. This is where I would agree that men show toxic masculinity in some way, as them believing to be better than they actually are means that they will try to get things off women and the world that they absolutely do not deserve, ending up frustrated and confused because they don't get what they want, then resorting to using force or manipulation to get those things. Things like status, respect, influence, power or sex, as you should only earn those things through your competence. But because they don't do that, means that they don't make the world a better place, which is what being a masculine man is all about. So what can we do to stop this? Help spread this message, a message to the men who haven't got it quite right, saying that it's okay if you make a mistake, as long as you learn from it and become better. But understand that being a real masculine high value man means that you do the work whenever you don't feel like it. You provide and protect for your loved ones, taking them from the hard times into the good times. You sacrifice your life for something that is bigger than yourself. So it means that being a real masculine man is the least selfish thing that a man could do. Because you find your life purpose, which is a life mission that just resonates with you so much that you sacrifice as much as you possibly can for it. So you will nearly always put aside what you actually want and instead do what you know you need to do. My life purpose, for example, is to retire my parents, give my woman everything she has ever wanted in life, and help as many fellow young men achieve their life purpose and become the best version of themselves. And so because I need to achieve those things to fulfill my masculine core, I will sacrifice a lot and work even when I don't feel like it. And me doing that will only bring good to the world. And before I even achieve those things, I'm only able to want those things in the first place, by working towards becoming the best possible and most masculine version of myself. And I wouldn't actually be able to make the world a better place if I actually wasn't competent enough to achieve those things. So to every man who might have taken the wrong path, and to every man watching, you can only become the best version of yourself, achieve your life purpose and make the world a better place, only if you dedicate an insane amount of time to it. Otherwise you're just not cut out for it. And you wouldn't be making the world a better place and would only be doing it for your personal gain, which is absolutely nothing masculine. And this is why weak men and feminists project toxic masculinity onto any form of masculinity. Shortcuts are not real when it comes to masculinity and making the world a better place. So do the work that you know needs done.